Baby. This is about me, Tommy Gill. It's about Tommy Gill. This is before I start calling myself Lance Johns or Lance Jones or Tommy G or whatever. I was known as Tommy Gill, Tommy Lance. I'm still known as that, but I wanted to talk about like the beginning of 1994 to the end of 1996. 1994, the first part of the year, I was still in the 11th grade. I was working at rallies on West Markham. I was 17, going on 18. I was going to Little Rock Central High School. Um, it was my junior year and then my senior year. My junior year, I went to school with my cousin Wayne. He was a senior. My sister Chantel was still a Southwest. My brother was still a Southwest. My older sister was like, she was in between college, you know. And I had a cousin that skipped the 11th grade. My cousin Crystal Duckery Moore. She was going to the Old Main or North Little Rock West campus. Um, I had a cousin of the same grade, Sister Chantel LaJoy Person. She was at Southwest too. Um, but going on, you know, I was in 11th grade. I was working at Rallies. I had like 6 classes in 11th grade. I was going into second semester, but at the beginning of the year, you know, I was in Algebra 2, Concept of Geometry. I was in Chemistry, regular. I didn't take any honors classes in 11th grade. American History. I had keyboarding, and I had English. Um, I'm trying to think. Trying to think. This will show me just. Um, that from '93 on to '94. Um, I was I'm trying to say. Let me go to. It's probably not there. Um, yeah, not 94 spoken as I was now. You know, I was very nice. You know, I let people, you know, run over me. Basically, I began to speak out. You know, a little bit. I wasn't like how I am now, but I began to speak out, and I noticed. I know one day I was talking to Wayne's sister, and I was talking to my maternal grandmother, my granny, Miss Jones. I was talking to her, and I was talking to my cousin Siobhan, Wayne's sister. Okay, let me pull up this picture. Yeah, 11th grade year in my sixth period English class. You know, for people that went to Central, you'll recognize these people. You know, that's me, of course, Miss Davis, Jerry Curry, John Sarton, John, damn, I think his name was John, I can't remember. Kenyatta Sane, everybody know her. Alicia Hodges, rest in peace. Chuck Wyatt, Edward Wyatt, Tamika Fleming, Bonetta. Bonetta is in here. Bonetta Akins is in here somewhere. I think she's on the side. But somebody took a picture, you know, because everybody's not in the picture. But yeah, that's me in the 11th grade. Um, and then having fun in Miss Davis' class while taking a group picture during the 93-94 school year. And then everybody commented, you know, Tamara commented, Jerry commented, Roger Jackson. And then I said Kenyatta was cool then, and now she's famous. Well, Lady Phoenix, you know. But That was some of the comments made. Okay, now I was talking to my cousin. Let me turn this around because this is not about my apartment. My cousin said that somebody that people approached Wayne asking him was I gay. Instead of Wayne defending me, like how he was supposed to do, he basically acted like he didn't know, cause he he was stuck up, he thought he was a shit. He thought he was better than everybody. He claimed I'm jealous of him, but I think he was jealous of me because when we lived on Tudor Drive, I used to live on Tudor Drive next door to Kenyatta Sane. I used to live next door to her, and his mom used to always drop him and his sister Siobhan over there all the time. They used to always be over there all the time because he was embarrassed about where she lived at. I know his mom used to live off of John Barrow and like 38th Street or 40. It's like on they lived off of like I think Tatum and like 38th Street or something like so over there. Yeah, they lived over there. And I think what Wayne was ashamed of living over there because I know like when we lived on Tudor Drive, it basically was like fifth grade, sixth grade, and part of seventh grade. And like my sixth grade year and seventh grade year, eighth grade year, Wayne went to Henderson. I tried to get in Henderson and I came back from North Little Rock, but they wouldn't let me in. I said I'm going to Southwest instead. But I wish I would have went to Southwest, for the whole 3 years because, well, I got to Southwest, and I was riding the bus, with Kenyatta, I just ride the bus well, before my mama moved to a drive, and I just wish, I would have went to the Southwest that whole year. But getting back, to 1994. So after I found out, because they were saying something about how I did my backpack, because I used to have my backpack on both shoulders and everything, because you carry like one backpack on your shoulder, there's more weight on your shoulder. Two backpacks, the weight is like on both shoulders. So they basically were saying, that's what girls do, I was acting like a female, just stupid stuff, all this stuff was said behind my back, and then after that, I started trying to look more cool, I started carrying my backpack on one shoulder. I started, just trying to be more cool and more hip or whatever, because these rumors and stuff that he was saying, and people were saying, it pissed me the fuck off. And my granny told me don't say nothing to him, She told me don't say nothing to Wayne. I want I wanted to fight Wayne when he said that. I really wanted to fight him, and I may still fight him today. If I see him and he's talking his shit to me, I probably will fight him. And I know he's not in the best condition. He's not in the best shape. Because I think he had a stroke or heart attack because he's very bloated right now. I'm fat. But he's fatter than me. I don't hate my cousin, but I hate that he couldn't be honest with me about how he felt about me. I feel like that's like conniving and like Two Face and everything. Okay, so after that, trying to like blend in and not be looked at as like a nerd or whatever. So after that, I just started, trying to look, normal, not look, a certain way, because I know back then in school and everything. Now being gay is acceptable, it's acceptable now. Back then, if you was gay and everything, you get talked about, you get picked on, you'll get beat up and everything. Cause I had a friend at elementary school named James Burton that a lot of my classmates from Central knew that they went to Southwest Fort Parker Stevens. He's get picked on, he's get beat up, he's get talked about, and if I was gay, I'm gay, but I'm not, so I didn't want to have that stigma of being gay when I was never gay in the first place. You know, I mean, I I do have gay friends, and I even have classmates that came out gay, after school, and I'm like, that's your business, I'm like, you cool with me, as long as you don't touch me, inappropriately, we can be cool. But I went through that year, I know like second semester, uh, they couldn't put me in health, so I had study hall with Mr. Calloway, and I knew Miss Calloway, his wife from Stevens, and they were known to be racist. I don't mean to talk about them, but that that they were known to be racist. I think Miss Calloway tolerated us, but she didn't really care about black people when I was Stevens. Some days she'd be nice, some days she'd be mean. But she didn't cross Miss Fowler because Miss Fowler would have cursed out. She didn't cross Miss Bradford because Miss Bradford probably would have cursed out at Stevens. But yeah, yeah, Miss Callaway was known to be racist. And I know Coach Callaway was a football coach, and he did study hall. So I had him in 11th grade, second semester, and then second semester was easier. It wasn't as hard as first semester because I only had 5 classes. So I continued to work, go to school. Everything's okay. I mean, uh, the end of the semester, my grades were good. Chemistry, I could never, get an A in chemistry. That's one class that I could not get an A in. Plus, Miss Dyer was hard as hell, and well, I didn't like Miss Dyer class at first, because all those scenes, you used to get on my nerves, and then second semester, all those scenes, they dropped chemistry because they couldn't handle it, and then chemistry became easier, it became an easier environment. But if I was how I was now, I probably would have cursed out all those scenes and that got on my nerves. But I made it through 11th grade, took the senior pictures, got ready for summer. Um, I'm trying to what? Hold on. I'm trying to think. I went to driver's ed. I think it was like the second half of summer school. I think it was the second half, and that's when my life changed forever. I did driver's ed. I passed the class, but I flunked my driver's test. And the instructor was a state trooper. Some racist. I think the man was racist, because he was just an asshole. A lot of those cops was assholes. They become policemen just to be mean and evil and stuff. And this guy told me that I drove like an old lady. He made me feel very bad, and that what started, me being depressed and everything. And the depression lasted like 2 years. And I just, I didn't know what to do. My grandfather was being mean to me when he told me, you flunk your test, it's your fault. It's like I didn't have nobody to talk to. It's like I was just depressed. I didn't know what to do. I'm going into senior year, and I just didn't want to be there. I just hated. I hated everything. You know, um, so I remember before school started, I went to University of my grandfather took me, my mama there. Then I see my friend Tommy, and I was talking to him. I just felt, that this is not a nice thing to say. I shouldn't say this though, but my grandfather had that old truck. He just drives slow. It's embarrassing. It was just so embarrassing. I remember he had Wayne drive truck one time. And Wayne was like, he can drive fast in his car. He just choose to drive slow. But we get old and everything. You can't see that good. A lot of stuff is not as good when you were young. So I could understand him driving slow, but I just used to be so embarrassed about driving in a car with him, even though he, took me to school, took me to work, and everything. I mean, my mama was like his favorite child, so he tolerated us, when he didn't have to, because it was times where he was assholes to us. It was times where we was mean to him, but we were just being kids, um, but he just, he grew up, like whatever happened between him and his dad, it went to, you know it got passed on, to his kids, everything. I mean, my mama was never strict, she basically let us do anything we wanted to do, as long as we wasn't being bad and everything. My mom didn't care, my mama was not strict on us. My grandparents were strict and everything, but my grandparents were strict on my mama and my uncle and my aunts, they were strict on them. So my mama was not strict on us like how my granny was strict on them, But but I know my granny and them, they weren't as strict as they were when they were parents. When they were the grandparents, they were strict, but they wasn't as strict as they was when they were parents. Because back then in the 50s, 60s, black people used to get killed and everything. So they had to make sure their kids was doing what they were supposed to do and stuff. So, but oh, I need to go back to February of '94. Yeah, February of '94, we had that bad winter storm, that snow and ice storm, and we were supposed to go to Dallas for the Gentlemen's Club, and I didn't go because my grandparents didn't want me to go, and I was so sad about that. I was so sad. I begged my granny to let me go, but she would not let me go. I was out of money and everything. I didn't get my money back from that trip, And I was crying. I was crying. I was crying for days because I could not go to Dallas for the gym club. I was so mad at my grandparents. I mean, but my mom would let me go. But I mean, I kind of understand. But but my mama, grew up in a time, where you don't disobey your parents and everything, But my mama didn't want to intervene, because she didn't want to cross the line, with her parents, so she didn't intervene. She allowed them to give the final word and everything. I was so mad at them for not letting me go to Dallas and stuff. It would be my first time flying on a plane too, but it was ice and stuff. It was ice and everything, and they just didn't want that to happen to me, because they probably wouldn't want to live with themselves if someone happened to be on that plane. But going back to like beginning of 12th grade year, yeah, school started, and I was, I mean, I was, unhappy. I was very unhappy. You know, um, oh yeah, before school started, I got my first car. I have to find, hold on, I have to find a picture of the colors. Hold on, let me find picture of the colors. Yeah, my granny was my granny was in Melbourne, visiting her sister, and I talked my granddaddy and helped me get a car, and because I was 17, I had to put it in his name. I had to put the car in his name, so that's how my first car looked like somewhat. It looked similar to that, and and yeah, and I had that car for about a year. Yeah, when school started, September like the 7th. I think it was September 7th. It was a week for my birthday. I got my driver's license. I had another state trooper who did my test. The officer that did, my first test was there, and I was talking mess. I was talking mess, about him and stuff when I was there. My sister and her boyfriend at the time, now her ex-husband, Ekra, he took me up there, and we went in my Cutlass, and I know Ekra was like, slow down. He like, slow down. And then I know after my test, I got in that car and I drove like I wasn't an old lady. The officer would tell me to slow down, but he passed me because I was so anxious to get my license. I was so anxious to get my license. So I got my license. I went to DMV. Since I wasn't 18, I had to go and get my mama. We went there and get my license. I got my license. I know that day I left school early. I left school early to get my license. I checked out early and I got my license. And my eyes are like dry. And I drove for like 2 weeks. And then I had a car wreck on 12th Street in Maple by the old KFC. I know my grandfather was fussing at me and stuff because the car, I wasn't on the insurance. And my grandfather was mad at me, and he was trying to like dodge the insurance people. Then finally I talked to him. I told him what happened, and then the case got settled. It was a strike on my record for the wreck, and then my car ended up breaking down. I think I had to get my motor rebuilt. Yeah, cause I was coming home one night. I was on H Street and is that H? Yeah, H Street and Cedar. Then my car went dead right there at that light. We got the freeway. We coming from like West Little Rock, got the freeway, 630 and Pine City exit. Right while I'm finna turn on Cedar, go down to 12th Street and 15th Street. It died right there. And I walked home. I asked these guys throwing papers to get me around home. They was like, they was afraid to give me around home, so I had to walk home. And then my grandfather and uncle got ready. My uncle was mad because he had to get up and stuff. You know, it was just a mess. It was a mess. And I had to save my money and get my car fixed. I remember I bought like clothes to my grandma. Got married. I bought clothes because he wanted me to save my money to get my car fixed. Yeah, the whole first semester, it was terrible. I know like I switched English. I had third period Lisa class. I had third period for her that switching world history and English. I ended up getting into Miss Easter honors class, which was a mistake. I ended up going to world history third period with Mr. Boyette. Cause I had a fourth period, I had English third period, but third period, everybody in there was like rowdy and stuff. Half the class was cool, half the class was rowdy, and I couldn't take it. And I know James Allen was not been doing since sixth grade. He was getting on my damn nerves. Other people were getting on my damn nerves. And then when I switched English class, I remember Chris Bone was like, yeah, Chris Bone was like, why you switch? I'm like, I had to switch. I switched, because I wanted second lunch. So I ended up switching English. It did. My A in English went down to a C because it was some work I didn't do. And Miss Easton didn't let me make it with the work, so I ended up losing my A to a C. But that first semester, first semester ended at Christmas time, and my grades were terrible. I had a 2 point something. I did pass out my classes, but I had a 2 point something. In physics, I had a D, so I ended up dropping physics. And Miss Adele was mad because I dropped, but It was a bad year. I was depressed. I was depressed. I was very depressed. And at work, I remember the managers swapped out everything. My favorite manager, Mikey Rallies, he ended up going to another store. No, he ended up going to Hot Springs to run the Hot Springs Rallies. We got a manager named Sandra, and she was very crazy acting. She loved to talk mess. Yeah, she loved to talk mess to people and stuff, and it was just a mess. And I ended up working. I mean, I was working, like maybe 30 hours a week probably. I was closed on weekends, and I was working like short hours during the week, because of school and stuff. And I ended up it was a girl there that I liked, but she was crazy. Gina Armstrong, she was crazy. I was cool with her brother Otis, but Gina worked there. She was always getting in trouble. She was always acting crazy and dancing and just acting wild and stuff. And she had me like you know she had me I'm like, Gina, you crazy. Then I remember, I would like talk to her, and then she'd be acting crazy. I'm like, why you acting crazy, Gina? I'm like, stop acting crazy. Damn, I can't help it. Let me switch the camera. Dude, off for Regina. This is all like 12th grade year. But yeah, first semester I was like depressed. Late night Betty. I think that's Jennifer right there, right here. Turn around. Playboy Desmond. He sold me my Dodge Shadow, and then he fucked me over after he sold me that Dodge Shadow. Vicky, rest in peace. Yeah, yeah. Y'all know Kevin Cleveland. Me and Sandra, that's there to prom. Bishop Jennifer again. But yeah, first semester, it went through, and then second semester, stuff started, get a little better, but I was still, unhappy. I was still like depressed, and I just, I just was ready, to like basically die. I just did not want to live. I just wish I could just go away. I just was unhappy, and hold on, just trying to find. Yeah, sex semester was a little better. I started being a little happy, but I was still depressed. And I know I'm going back a little bit. That's my 10th grade picture, but that's another day. That's 11th grade, me and Kenyatta. That's Kenyatta. We was in the library doing our research paper. Y'all seen that picture already. That's the 12th grade senior picture. 12th grade senior picture. 12th grade senior picture. Hold on. Just trying to. Second. I keep forgetting this computer's touch screen. My 95 pictures. My brother and our dog we used to have. This is our senior year. I don't know. Yeah, that's the dog right that we used to have. I think what's his name? Vino, Cosetta Jones, and Crystal Jones. I used to have a crush on Cosetta too at Stevens. Well, Tori Robinson. She went to Parkview and she went to Henderson. Tylerisha Robinson. She got married. Her name is something else. Yolanda was my prom date, but she agreed to take a picture with me. I told people she was, but she wasn't. Me and Sandra on prom day. I don't know why. Kenyatta again, she skipped prom and went to I think Oak Grove. Yeah, that's why I said when I took this picture. Okay, go back. Comments I'm making, but this is the comments. Yeah, yeah. I know Cosetta told me she don't like people post a picture of her, but the picture's already posted. Sorry, Coco. Shaquila Smith Nichols commented. Yeah. Yeah. Basically, me and Shaquila was talking about Jason Copley. Everybody know him from Stevens Forest Park. He went to Forest High School. I think he dropped out of school. Um, yeah, Shaquila went to Forest Park. I do remember her. I mean, I remember her and Marcus Smith Pooper a little bit from Forest Park. That's why I saw when I'm like, he looked familiar. And then I remember Shaquila told me she went to Forest Park, and then I had to remember her. Yeah, that that's how she knew Cosetta from Forest Park. Cause I remember I seen them like hanging out together at Eula before. But we was talking about Jason Copley. I seen him in 2005 at Kroger when I worked there, and Dave Baker. I think that was his stepbrother or something. Yeah, he got killed because he was a bad kid. He went to school with me in North Little Rock at North Little Rock Central Junior High, and yeah, but yeah, those are pictures. Yeah, no, nobody commented on the picture I took of Mr. Howard. Oh yeah, yeah. Pippin is her last name. Tori last name. I used to have a crush on Tori too, but yeah, that's my junior picture. Let me like the picture. I don't know why I don't like my own pictures. Okay, this is the same picture. That's the one I kept. I had like other shots that I didn't like. I thought that was ugly. Okay, okay. Picture about 95 son. Yeah. Okay, so second semester was a little easier. I started getting out of my shell. I was still unhappy, cause I wasn't making honor roll. I made honor roll the 4 9 weeks, but I had a D, so actually I made 3.0, but it was honor roll with a D don't count. So then I did my special test. I graduated. We did a baccalaureate and all that. The school auditorium caught on fire, so we had to have it at State House Convention Center. we did that. We did we did the walk and the graduation and all that stuff, and we graduated. I believe it was Monday because the other days was like fair and all them. And then we went to the after party at Slick Willie's. We parked at War Memorial Stadium, and we went to Slick Willie's. I went there with Tommy. Kenyatta was there. I don't remember if Cozetta was there or not. I know Tiffany Reed was there. Kevin Denton was there. I think Cedric Blue was there. Estelle Rutledge was there. Who else? It was Renee. Renee was there too. I can't even think of Renee's last name. She hung around Tiffany Reed. The blonde, the girl with the blonde hair. Um, I I think Chris Bowden was there. Yeah, a lot of people was there. Not everybody, cause I know my sister Chantel didn't go to hers. I told her to go to hers, but she didn't go to hers. But yeah, I went. And then people was like talking mess about me dancing, and I was going off and everything. I was just irritated. And we left. Said goodbye to everybody. We left, and then that week, I seen Kevin and Cedric, and they was like making fun of me, and I went off. I went off on both of them. Yeah, I mean, Aldra High School, Kevin was my friend, but they used to make jokes and everything, and I would always want to say something. I never said nothing, just trying to be nice and stuff. And then Cedric used to get on my nerves too. I was just trying to be nice. And then that day, I can't remember if it was McClellan Black. It was one of the other graduations, McClellan or one of the graduations. I went off. I went off both of them because they make fun of my dancing. And then after they never said nothing bad to me that I know of ever since. So um, that that's some for the king thing, the king commission thing. I met up with Kevin and Cedric like one more time, and I remember it because my car was my Cutlass was you know I did something. I think I put like the wrong fluid in my. I think I did something. I think I put power steer fluid in my transmission fluid. So my car it went out and I had to get that fixed. So it was parked across the street. In the lot. It was in a lot where Arjun Mail lived at. It was over there in their former lot, because the house they lived in got torn down. So it parked over there, and I went, with Kevin and Cedric, and I met Tracy Steele. You know, I was friends with him on Facebook, but he unfriended me, so I don't know why. But yeah, I met him for the first time, and then we got back, and I'm like, that's my car right there. Then that was the last time I seen Kevin. That's why I seen Kevin until I seen him in 1998 at Real Fest. But that was the last time I seen Kevin, for a few years. And Cedric, I didn't see him until like 2005. But yeah, that's something for Memphis. I got a job at KFC. I was working 2 jobs to save up money. And then Sandra Rose always telling me, you need to stop being late. You need to choose one job. I'm like, I ain't studying you. And I know that whole summer, I was just working. Like every night we went to Waffle House at 8. Like pretty much every night after work. I remember we used to go out to Club Cameo. Me and my friend Mana, we used to go to Club Cameo, and I remember we went. I remember I got my next car. Let me show you the next car that I got after the Cutlass. Okay, here we go. Yeah, this is my next car. It looks similar to this one, but this is my next car. I never took a picture, but it looks something like this. It was a Broham Pine Preza 1985, and I had this car for like a year or two. I ended up selling it to my neighbor because transmission went out. I didn't want to mess with no more. My grandfather wanted me to fix it, but I was tired of hoopties and stuff. So I remember I got this car. My daddy had picked up this car, but I believe if I didn't do what I did this car, I would have had the car a little longer. But it used to backfire a lot. But I had this car, and the first night I had this car, I went out with my friend Mana and my friend Tommy. We went out to Club Cameo, and I know at Club Cameo, um, Desmond was there. This guy right here. Hold on. It's up. Hold on. Let's see this somewhere. Oh wait. Hold on. Let me go back because it's in the rallies one. Hold on. Because I need to have a picture on there because he sold me my car, so I'm gonna have his picture on there. This yellow motherfucker right here. Yeah, we went to Cameo. That's my friend Mana right there. We went to Cameo that night with her and my friend Tommy. Yeah, I don't know how her name is in here. Yeah, that's my friend Mana. Yeah, and we went to Cameo that night. And, man, I was ready to leave. 'Cause I had to be working at KFC that morning. So I used to go out on weekends and then go to church the next morning. That that that's how religious I was back then. But yeah, we went out and then I left Mom at the club and then she ended up getting a ride with Desmond. But this motherfucker is another story for another day. But yeah, after we left, Mona left some in my car, so the next day she came to KFC, you know, she had the KFC, to get stuff out my car. And then she was like, Tommy, I need your keys to get stuff out of my car. And then I seen her. I'm like, oh my God. You look so beautiful. I was just blown away how she was looking. I'm like, she looked so beautiful. I had a crush on her too, but like all the girls that I knew, they just want to be friends. They just want to be friends. But the only girl I probably got with and everything, it didn't happen. But after that, I worked a little bit more, and then I quit KFC because I was late for work and I just didn't feel like going in, so I ended up quitting. But we got ready for school. I had to give like Memphis $1,600, to be able to go because that was like my life savings. I had to give them all that money because I was $1,600 short. And I had to do like a law, like a parent loan or something. I had to end up paying that back, because my mama, couldn't pay it back. I had to end up paying that back a few years later. But we went to Memphis. Um, I tried to get my check from Sandra, my manager, but she didn't want to give me my check, so I had to come back down to Little Rock to get my check, And when I did that, I ended up messing up my car. But like I know the Friday before I was supposed to start, I had to go up there and get them that money. And then well, what I did, I wrote them a hot check, and then I had to like cover that check, which I did, which I was able to cover it. And I tried to get my check, from Rallies, but Sandra didn't want to give my check. So I had to end up come back down and get my check. So then when I packed up to go to Memphis, um, on the way there, I ran over a blowout tire. It messed up my heating system. It messed up my heating system. So it caused my car to run hot, and I was trying to tell my grandfather, but he didn't understand what I was saying. So then I came back down, to get my check, and then when I went back up there, my car, went dead because of because of that broken hose. And then my prison ended up being here for the rest of the semester. And then I thought my car was fixed, and I came back down to get it, but it wasn't fixed, so I had to wait. I had to wait, to you know, I had to wait to come back down here, to get my car, and then I went back up there to get the rest of my stuff. But I didn't tell my friend Tommy that I wasn't going back up there for that semester. But while I was in Memphis, I worked at a place called Perkins for like a month. They accused me of stealing tips. I told them I didn't steal any tips, and then they checked my pockets and everything, and they didn't find them because I didn't, I'm not a thief, So then, after that, I ended up quitting there and getting a job at Rallies in Memphis, and I worked there until I left Memphis and stuff. But I mean, they closed the store down before I ended up coming back, So I ended up working there until they closed that store, and I know that store on Highland it's a KFC, not a Rallies. It's a KFC, but all the Rallies in Memphis I call Checkers now. But while I was there, I was depressed. I was still depressed because of my car. I was depressed the whole semester. I ended up flunking out. During that semester, me and Tommy drifted apart. Because he was becoming, more popular, and he started to change stuff, and I just I didn't like how he was changing, because I remember in high school he's always talk about he's always talk about people being stuck up and everything. I'm not finna name people he talking about, because that's confidential. But it was people at Central that he didn't like, because they were like stuck up whatever. And then in Memphis, he was becoming that way. I know he became an alpha, and he's a Mason now. I would go become an alpha. If I was still there, I would have become an alpha too. But I ended up coming back here, and I remember I had to find out my cousin Crystal. My cousin Crystal went up there, but me and her made up. And we've been cool ever since. And my other friend Tara Heyman, she went to Memphis also. I think she transferred to ASU. But I know Tommy transferred to EULA, but I don't know if he graduated or not. But I met people up there. I even met a girl that lived in Little Rock that went to school up there. I think her name was Tasha. Yeah, cause I seen her at the State Fair in '96. Yeah, cause she was like she's from Little Rock and everything, but I didn't believe her until I seen her in Little Rock. So then, after I went back home, I got hired back at Rallies on West Markham. My prison broke down. The transmission went out, and so I ended up selling it to my neighbor Philip. I went that whole semester at Philander without a car. My grades at Philander was good, but I was still depressed. I had a class with my cousin Warren in college algebra. He cheated off me the whole semester. He had with the class. He had me do his homework for him. The same shit he did to me. Essentially, I had to help him with his homework because he, act like he never had time to do homework. You know, and I know one day I needed a ride to work. So my granny called him, and then he came over and he was acting all shitty and everything. And I'm like, Granny, I'm not getting a ride with him. He's acting funny. Boy, you better get a ride with him. And then I asked him, I'm like, why, can you go pick up Mona? She needs a ride to work too. I'm not picking up that bitch. And then I had to call her and tell her that and then she ended up catching a cab work. So, but I gave her some money on that cab ride because I felt bad, because I had a dick ass cousin. I know he had to get around her, but he knew her also. He knew her also. It's like we went to church together and everything, and his mom was friends with her mom. And all I asked was for a favor, and you want to act funny about stuff. And that's why I didn't understand. I did not understand how you become so big headed. You think you don't have to do nothing for nobody. But payback is a motherfucker. That's why you bloated. That's why you fatter than me. That's why you in an unhappy marriage. That's why your wife may divorce you one day. You know you just a sorry excuse for a person. You cheat on your wife. You have all those abortions and everything. You can't talk about nobody. But anyway, yeah, I went. That whole semester, I was depressed. I got into it with my friend Mona. I called her a bitch, and then she didn't talk to me. For a few months. She made my life a living hell. She was always trying to make me fight her, and always talking shit to me and stuff. And I just was unhappy. I was very unhappy. And then I'm at work and everything. My store manager was like using me. He had me work on the clock. He ate my time. He had me doing a lot of stuff that I did not do. That's why I tell people all the time, don't work for free or anything, because he had me doing all this stuff. And then when he got caught and everything, they had to pay me all that money on my check. And then that they transferred him out of the store, because of what he did. And then I had my manager Michelle back. Well, Michelle hired me, when I was in 11th grade. She hired me around I was in '93. So she came back. She ran a store, and then she was there for a month or two. She left out. They brought like Tanya over there, this lady from Benton. She was a racist lady, always smiling, but she was very racist, and I just could not stand her. And then this is what Desmond come in the picture again. Okay, that's where he comes in the picture. When he comes in the picture, cause I ended up putting like I think $800 down on this Dark Shadow. It was like this, but it didn't have that strip. It had a spoiler on the back of it, but it was similar to this one. It was one of the best cars that I ever had. For it to be a used car, the only time the car went dead was when the battery went dead. It was like one of the best cars ever. Like as one, not the best looking car, but it was one of the best car maintenance I had. You know, I mean, the only thing I did do in this car that I should did was like rotate tires, but I did get oil changes. But yeah, this was one of the best cars I ever had as far as car maintenance. But Desmond got me this car. Did was probably the best things he did for me, and then he stabbed me in the back after. But and then I took this picture in '96, and I was so skinny. I was like 180 pounds. Why can't you ever get back that skinny? And then it was a lady named Sherry. That's her cake. She worked with us for like a little bit. She left. Just with Jennifer Cake, the other girl we worked with, Jennifer, that was her cake. Yeah, this Jennifer, that was her cake. And this motherfucker worked around a little bit. Orlando Davis. He was a player, and he was friends with Desmond. He was full of shit. He just got on my damn nerves. Yeah, Sherry went off of him, and then they never had him work at our store again. But yeah, like right before I got my dog Shadow, I worked with a lady named Valerie, and one day she asked me, "How you doing, Tommy?" I'm like, "I'm just here," and then she had a talk with me. She was telling me, not to be depressed, to keep your head up and stuff like that. Just telling me, I need to believe in myself basically. And then after that, I started, being how I am now, being happy, not being depressed, just believing myself and everything. And then it caused me to be pretty much how I am now. So after that, after I got my dog Shadow, I transferred to EULA. I mean, my grade at EULA that first semester, it was a 2 point something, but I had no D's or F's. You know, I mean, basically that last 6 months of '96, I was happy. I was kicking it. I was having a good time. I was passing my classes. I felt like I was on top of the world, and I felt like I had my life back. And I did, by believing myself, not taking mess out of people, and just, putting myself first. And I know during that time, because of Wayne wanted me to do something for him, I charged him on my credit card. He never paid me back. That's why you should never lend money to your family members. Sign a contract, because family will do you wrong, especially people like Wayne. So those people that know him, don't ever let him money, 'cause he ain't gonna pay you back. But um, basically that year went well. And then December 31st, my sister was pregnant. She was about to have my niece Ashley Bufford. And then after that, was 1997, and 1997 was like a turnaround. It was a bad year for me, but 1996 was good. But all I'm gonna say is that believe in yourself, love yourself, put yourself first. Don't let people do you kind of way. Um, just put yourself first before anybody else, and everything should run smoothly. But I mean, I was depressed. I wanted to end my life and stuff. I never actually ended my life, but I did have thoughts about it, especially when I wasn't making honor roll, when I didn't have when I was having like deep thoughts and deep bad thoughts and everything, I just wanted to go away and you know crying so many nights and everything about that car, being sad about you know not having my way or not having good luck and everything. You have to love yourself first and put yourself first and do stuff for you. Don't let people use you, and don't let people take advantage of you and your life to be fine. And I know, hold on, let me shut the computer down because I don't need it no more. And treat people how you want to be treated. You know, I know I was like be, being mean to my sister Shay and stuff. I was treating her like how Wayne was treating me while I was in 10th grade, and I was getting around with him. How he would treat me like shit, and I was doing the same thing to her. And it just it doesn't always end well when you do people a certain way. And I would never do that again, unless she deserve it or unless anybody else deserve it. But I know it doesn't pay to be mean and to be an asshole. But you gotta treat people like how you want to be treated. And I'm just happy that I was able to get my life back in order, because those couple years my life was not in order, and I had bad luck after that too. But I mean, I had bad luck in 97, 99, 2000, 2005. I had like bad luck. 2009, I had bad luck. 2010, 2011. Basically from 2009 to 2013, it was off in order to get bad luck. And I'm kind of having bad luck now a little bit, but it's not to where, because I'm trying to get a house. It's just hard, They act like they don't want to give me a house, or they don't want, that's the only thing I'm having now. I'm just having trouble getting a house because my apartment complex, they want me to renew my lease, and I don't want to, so I'm paying more money. But that's the only thing that's going on now. But I think I'll be okay by the summertime. But I do need to figure out what I'm gonna do, because I don't want to be here in this apartment anymore. I want to get out and own my own house. That's what I'm doing now, trying to get a house or get a condo or something. I'm tired of renting. That's the only thing. That's the only thing I'm interested in now. And I was on the right track, and then March, I kind of got screwed over in March a little bit. But I think I'll be okay, like in a couple months I think I'll be okay. But hopefully, everything will go better. But that's all I have to say. Then wait, let me go, because I need to go to the chiropractor. But like Chef Try, he built no cage, comment below. See something, say something before you speak out. Watch such a hands, 6 feet, social distance, wear mask, need to come back, cost need to get last John, that doesn't drop more baby. Thanks for listening, have a good day, peace.